God, defend thy people from hatred, strife, and shame. Arise, arise, and raise the banner of peace. Arise, arise, declare glory is here. Arise, arise, and raise the banner of peace. Arise, arise, declare glory is here. From shore to harbor, the surging waves of Ambas Bay, the rocks and hills of Boya, the heights of Kilum. Freedom, this legacy bequeathed to teach the souls of the forebearers. Now hush, repose in peace for our motherland, a song of praise to God.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got 16 people on board. We're waiting on 100 people, then we can start. Yeah. Just listen to this choir. We have 21 people. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Share, 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 and invite, please. Keep sharing, keep sharing. Yeah, I can see a lot of people joining. Tanka, Choti, Elizabeth Muma, Aza, Sarah, Ekia, Jenny, Louise, Asanji. I can see a lot of people joining. That's great. We are at 37 people. We expect to get quite much participation today because of the breaking news that you have just heard from the Secretary of Communication, Chris Arnold. Now, I'm here as the spokesperson for the DMV, West Virginia, Delaware area to re-echo the happening of today. So please invite, share for people to join so that they can have the original briefing. Yes. It's freezing. Okay, let me see. Let me check my settings. I'll reduce some of the networks. Reduce some of the networks. Reduce some of the internet on the computer. Reduce some of the things we're using. Yeah, sorry, I was checking my settings and internet connections at home to be sure that all of you can get me quite clear, because we're about to discuss about very important issues, very important breaking news in the District of Columbia, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Delaware region. Yeah, there's a lot that has gone on. There's a lot of happening in the past few hours, as you must have noticed, and I'm here to comment about them and to let you know that everything is in order now. Yeah. We have 40 people on board. Oh, Langsha Doratos. Deba, I'm seeing you. Janet Taku Eno, Von Enes, Gebi Achunkwe. Welcome on board. Amaka, happy Sunday. I know it's late night now in Nigeria. How are you? Bali Bali. You are frozen. Am I frozen now? Confirm to me that everything is okay by thumbs up, please. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you. Everything is good now. Yeah, everything is good now. It should be there. Let's give some 3 or 4 more minutes for some people to join, some more people to join so that we can proceed. I don't have much to say today. It's just a breaking news that I have to also re-echo. As the subject matter goes, is the IG spokesperson for DMV, West Virginia, Delaware, who re-echoes the acting interim president and acting vice president emergence as a new energy for the Ambazonia revolution. Yep. Yeah, Amaka, I'm good. Oh, thanks. Thanks. The video is clear now. Okay. Thank you, Amaka. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Trying just to check my settings. Yeah. On and up and frozen again. I have to check my settings, please. I have to check my settings to be sure. If everything is okay, then you guys can confirm. Without that, which I have to switch to my cell phone. If it's okay, you have to confirm, please, before we begin. Yeah. Let me check. Let's see. If everything is okay. Okay, everything is good now, yeah. Okay, we shall begin with the anthem, as usual. We shall begin with the anthem, as usual. The Ambazonia lyrics. Let's start with it. Then we shall proceed with what I have for you people today. Yeah. God bless, glory to glory. Here in our midst, in the great and holy, glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Yeah, good evening, good night, everybody. Believe say it be very late for me to come up this kind of time. Now, first of its kind, so I come up a little bit late. Believe say for Ambaland now about 10 past 11 p.m. And for Washington, D.C. area, my region is about 10 minutes after 5 p.m. And in Europe, it be also close to midnight. I'll be happy to see a lot of people join in today. And I know say now because of if an emergency no day, I know will come out for times that will not be my usual time, because when I know say I usually come out now for Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes Saturday midday regularly, but sometimes Saturdays or Sundays. But for today, I decided to come live for about this kind of time now, because one, the first most important thing be being of unveil or reveal who be we acting interim president and vice to continue the struggle. So we be go out for go do the unveiling, and when we be finish the unveiling, Secretary Chris Anu be come out and it be echo for una, it be announced for una who be at the leadership of the struggle, who be at the leadership of the struggle at this particular time when the original leader is in jail or has been abducted and the whereabout be unknown. We not say in jail because the whereabout be unknown. Nobody has seen our leaders since getting to 1 month, which will be tomorrow. 1 month that our leaders have not been found. No word, no communication with their family members of whatever sort has been proven to us. None of our own members of our team, nor our attorneys have been able to see our leaders. So that is why, as the popular saying goes, wasting time na fail, we decide so we no go sit down begin to waste time they fail. So we don't see say for this 1 month, we energy don't be diverted, don't be distracted for go talk about irrelevance. We start the accused finger. This one point finger for the one point finger for the one blame this one. That the confusion that way they take her into account. They bring confusion into account. So we give a gather with energy and back them push the confusion back for their camp. And we don't succeed today for push that confusion back for La Republic camp. By telling La Republic say, we're not getting only one leader. We get 8 million leaders. And if you take one, other one they go just fill in the blank space. Now we get at the hem of the struggle the young, energetic, dynamic, intelligent philosopher, Dr. Common Sense, Dr. Sako. Dr. Sako, Samuel Sako is our acting interim president. As they don't really tell una today and announce them by Secretary Chris Anu. You don't announce them for una, and why that one says I be delay my session. I be say I no go come until Secretary Chris come give una the information directly from the interim government. Because when Secretary Chris give we information, we get a chain of communication. When Secretary Chris Anu get the information from the interim government, when he give the information, then we, the regional spokespeople, we coordinate or we re-echo the information for una. We re-echo them so that everybody for your own region will understand which way it go on. So particularly, it just be said on a social media way, I used to talk. Normally, my social media became a bit target now on my own region, but since na social media way, you know, we restrict how it go, I did now give my message to the whole world for all the citizens of the Federal Republic of AMBAZONIA worldwide to know that as of today, we have an acting interim president who is Dr. Samuel Sako, popularly known as Dr. Common Sense. And then a assistant or a vice president na Milton Tucker. Milton Tucker, who was the undersecretary for communication, and want to be watching all day, all time for SCBC. So we get very young and dynamic, more younger people for champion this struggle and for hold that position until we leaders they will return back from the work away they go, from the abduction or from the jail or from wherever the people they hold leaders them, now only they know where they did. So now the breaking news that what I bring up on this evening, now for announce for and I believe so when I don't already see pictures them, I don't already put the pictures them online, the photographs today, where we unveil our new acting president, acting interim president, AIP, acting interim president. Yeah, to hold the office until the return of our president. We're going to have one president only. Sisiku, Ayuk Tabe Julius will be abducted and sings with alongside others, and we'll never hear from them from 1 month, close to 1 month. Tomorrow will make 1 month. So we decide for bring up an acting interim president and an acting interim vice president, where they go pilot the affairs and keep give more steam into the revolution and give more energy so that we feel change the dimension and do greater things like we did do before, because the speed will be the move before. La Republic, we know say if we continue for that speed, by now we'll train for now already reach for Boya. But which way they do not say they will decide for say they go distract we, they distract we, but they not take we off the rails because our train is back and moving to Boya with no mistake. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I read a comment here. Dr. Samuel Sako, please clear the swamp. All those who are suspects should be fired first. No access to our files. Correct. Now, another information that I'll bring up for now, because normally, and I believe, as I know, Dr. Sako would take that measures the way you just write like that, because it be very important. Say anybody where you don't get anything to do with whatsoever in accusation, where they go around the air, any person where it stand a chance for being propped for whatsoever, be it financial issues, administrative issues, or conniving with others for the downfall of whatsoever, anybody will be suspected of any list accusation, get for step back, step aside, and leave people with more clean records, leave people with more intelligence, leave people with more brighter common sense, leave people that even ordinary people the way they get common sense, where they pass, even people the way they go to school, make them too get for take the lead in this thing, because this thing not be only for one particular class of people. This thing of all man, any man will get a good will and really be serious and be a diehard in this struggle, where you know go let the struggle down, you know go backstab, you know go gossip, you know go plot with La Republique du Cameroon for bring down with people. Now that kind of people, then now we want them for lead this revolution. So the interim government as well, and as I know, and as I hear from the talks of a background for interim government as a regional member of the IG, where I be, I tell when I say, and I assure all my people that say, interim government not sleep. Interim government wants to put the records now straight. And when I know Dr. Common says that a no nonsense man, what it means say he no need, he be very strict. Like first, is a pastor, is a reverend, is a pastor. And anything that does not go to reason or is not of the Lord, does not, Dr. Common Sense doesn't buy it at all. I've worked with him. You people have seen me and him, both of us taking on live sessions about these struggles, especially when it came to the Northwest-Southwest divide issue. You saw that I and him talked about it and calmed it down, and everybody was happy when it came to our understanding that 99.99% of Northwesterners and Southwesterners are all for the independence of AMBAZONIA, and all of them have lost people as well. And all of them are victims from the hands of this monster. The monster of Yaoundé, the monster, the dictator, and his troops of disorderliness, who keep killing, maiming, raping, and torturing our people, burning down houses, burning down 95-year-old women in houses, killing people, up to shooting a madman. I saw the other day that one of my patients, a mad person, was shot by a military officer in Cameroon, and that is terrible. If you can shoot up to a mad person, then the government itself is really mad. So we have to bring these things under control. We must not let La Republique to consider all of us as criminals, consider all of us as terrorists, consider all of us as extremists, give us names that are names that should be attributed to the worst kind of people in the world, of which they themselves, ironically, are the ones sponsoring state terrorism, anarchy, and disaster on our people. So we have decided to take the bull by the horns, that it is no turning back. We are not going back. We are going forward until the last man standing. And that is why when you abduct one of our leaders, we bring you another leader. When you take them, La Republique has failed to learn. They have failed to learn from history. Because I learned in my good books that a good leader is one who learns from something and doesn't repeat it anymore. But this government will go down in the annals of history to be one that has forgotten everything and has learned nothing. Because they would have learned at least that when you can, each time you kidnap or you abduct or you detain or arrest leaders of the revolution, the next leader gonna be more stronger, more energized, and more careful than the others. Yeah, it happened. It happened when they took Mancho BBC. Agbobala Tasang and the others, when they chased them and arrested them, it grew to other heights. The battle just changed dimension into a higher magnitude. You have taken now Sisiku. Now we give you now a bitter pill. We'll give you a bitter pill. We'll give you Dr. Common Sense. He's well situated here in the United States of America and well protected in the land of democracy and freedom. We will see how La Republic will enter United States to kidnap somebody now. This is an assignment for them. They can do all that with shithole countries. With shithole countries, the leadership of this of our country has shifted to the United States of America. It has shifted to the United States of America. It's no more Nigeria. It's no more Nigeria. And we are giving La Republic a bitter assignment now to see how they can orchestrate interstate terrorism in the United States of America. The leadership comes here now. And we know that La Republic du Cameroon will know no peace when the leadership of this organization is planted in the United States of America, the land of freedom and democracy. It's not the land of shithole politics. The land of shithole politics, the land of abductions, the land of imprisonment, the land of being found guilty before trial, the land of maiming, the land of raping. That is La Republic, shithole countries. We shall not entrust the leadership of AMBAZONIA to people who can easily be abducted, to people who are susceptible to La Republic du Cameroon government to come in at night, connive with the foreign government to kidnap our leaders as if they are coming to get a little child in the hospital or in the maternity ward. That is why it was well resonated. It was well resonated by the members of the governing council and the members of the county heads and the members of the cabinet to have carried out the nomination process, the vetting and the enthronement of an acting interim president who will hold the seat of His Excellency Sisiku, who is our president, until he returns. And the choice of Dr. Sako was a very wise choice in my opinion, because all of you have heard, you have followed Dr. Sako, you have followed myself, you have followed a lot of us, you have followed Mark Barretta, you have followed Tapang Ivo, you have followed all of us speaking. And when we speak, you understand at what level we can resonate so that you can trust us someday with the position of leadership. If you can judge for yourself that this person is speaking something that makes sense to you, and that from speaking that something that makes sense to you when it comes to decision making, you see that that person can be able to resonate and make decisions that are well informed, not shithole decisions, not the kind of decisions made in Yaoundé, not the kind of decisions made in Nigeria, to kidnap people and disappear them into the dungeons of hell without any damn statement getting to a week. Forgetting these people have families, they have wives, they have children, they have extended families, they have above all their population that they do govern. I mean, you can't take people who are sitting down to deliberate in a meeting to take care of refugees and to take care of people who have been chased into the bushes with machine guns and bombs, whose houses have been burned, people who are struggling for survival, who are in forest, people who have gotten into another country as stateless people. You just get up overnight and you go and round up people who are sitting on a table trying to see how they can feed these people, trying to see how they can give them water to drink, trying to see how the pregnant women who are there in Nigeria could have access to medical facilities, to delivery and whatsoever. You just get up and you round all of them and give them a name. You are a terrorist. You are a terrorist. Terrorist comes with bombs and guns and all kind of swords and missiles, and those are terrorists. The IG, IG is no terrorist. Interim government is not made up of terrorists. made up of well-renowned, educated, well-to-do young people who have their country at heart and who are able to lead the people of Ambazonia to freedom. And they are able to collaborate with everyone who has good intention, for the people, not to collaborate with gangsters, not to collaborate with people who have also ironically been planted in their midst so that they can sabotage any good intention we have for the struggle. People who will then participate back with La République du Cameroon and then spoil our houses for some of us to be eliminated. Is this the kind of La République politics we shall continue to play? No, we have to continue with level-headed guys in this revolution who can design good policies, who can design good administrative papers, and who can also sit down and use reasoning. I mean, to use logical, resonated ideas to convince you people why we should go this direction and not this direction. Not people whose emotions will supersede their reasoning. This is what you should expect from your IG. The IG has experts, have team of experienced guys and who have held many positions. You have pastors who are also in the IG. You have IT communicators who are in the IG. You have people who have done business management, finance that can handle your monies. You have people of all type of domains. But when it comes to other areas that I know that the IG may be lacking, the IG now calls for all of you to bring up your ideas on the various fields so that we can put the ideas together and then go to Buea. Because going to Buea is what we need. But going to Buea must be done in a coordinated form under the IG. And that is why when there is a small when La République was so interested in decapitating the IG. La République was so interested. The newspapers had already carried it in La République du Cameroon that the IG has been decapitated. The IG has been decapitated. That by arresting Sisiku and 12 or 13 others, the IG has been decapitated. So we have proven them wrong today. We have proven them wrong today, and as I know that as most of you are watching, La République is also watching. So as they are watching, they should take this message that Dr. Nick Santos is telling them. The interim spokesperson and the Ngambe man for the revolution is bringing them a message this evening or this night that we have not been decapitated. The IG has not been decapitated. The IG has resurfaced. The IG has re-energized. The IG has re-emerged strong today and stronger and even stronger than even when they adopted our leaders, because the people who have taken this helm of office are more younger people, and younger people have more younger ideas and more young blood and more young and more vibrant, and can be also more dangerous. So if they are keeping those people that they claim so-called they are terrorists, those people who have a track record of being professors of Zaire University for the past 20 years, whose students are now crying the absence of their professors of universities, that they have abducted IT experts in American universities who have been there for 20 years and known of good track record of success. If you are condemning these people that they are terrorists, then we have given him now a reverend. We have given him now a reverend, a child of God, Dr. Common Sense, Samuel Sako, who is a child of God and a reverend and a preacher of God, to lead us to Buea. Because I had a vision even, and I've been hearing from many sources, also from some revelations, that it was going to be a man of God that would take us to Buea. Here you have it. You have a man of God who will take us to Buea, and is piloting that train to Buea until somewhere along the line we may have our leaders back, we may not have our leaders back. When they come, then they will then understand themselves and reorganize and just join back, to continue the revolution from where they left it. Because we can't sit down waiting and keep crying for this distraction that we have been crying for the past month. Where is our leaders? Where is our leaders? Where are they? Where are they? Everybody has been crying. That is a big distraction to the revolution, and we won't stay we wouldn't fall cheap into that La Republic's card. We wouldn't fall cheap into La Republic's card, because we some sort of have had people too in our midst who have embraced La Republic's card and wants to take us not only to the direction of La Republic, but take us into other directions, which means these directions will make us leave the revolution, leave the train that was already getting to Boya. The train that was already getting to Boya is being diverted now to other areas like Nkongsamba or Bamenda or this, because these people have been bringing up ideas that they are still talking about organizations. They are still talking about organizations. We have passed the level of organizations. We are now in state building. We are now in state building, nation building. We are not here to go and talk about organization or reorganization of organization. No, we are talking of a government that was already close to Boya until the leaders were abducted and making us to a little bit some sort of being distracted and lost a bit of focus. And now we want to bring back people to feel the government. We are not going to reorganize ourselves from day one and say we want to start again a revolution afresh. My God, how can we go back to start this revolution all over again? That's the question you should ask yourself. We had passed the time of formation of government. We had passed the time of contemplating whether we will go to Boya or not. We had passed the time of organizations coming together. We had a government, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia government and cabinet, made up of ambassadors, made up of secretaries of states, made up of undersecretaries, made up of regional country heads, made up of spokespeople for all the regions, made up of bank accounts in Bank of America, a website where you people can contribute money, www.ambagov.org. We had all the agencies and everything well crafted. Oh yes, some people said it's a virtual republic. It starts from virtual republic to real. Because we do not get to Boya overnight before we start thinking about finance, start thinking about communication, start thinking about who is going to be the president, who is going to be the Secretary of Defense. We don't do that. We have to start it virtual. Then when we finally get to Boya, we plant it on the ground. That's how all governments have been formed, from a true liberation struggle. When Yaya Jammeh, the president of the other Africa, Guinea, something like that, what happened to Yaya Jammeh? Yaya Jammeh, or the president, is it president of what? Yaya Jammeh? What happened to him? He was resisting. He was a dictator. He stayed in power. He did not want to go out. And when the president, somebody won him in an election, he chased the person out of the country. The person just moved into the neighboring country and started building his own virtual republic in the neighboring country. And at the end of the day, what happened? When people saw that this guy had good reasons for opposing the government of Yaya Jammeh, and they saw the butchery, the same butchery, kind of butchery that Yaoundé is orchestrating on the citizens, they saw that it was the same kind of butchery, whereby he would disappear and kill people, torture them to death into chambers, gas chambers, and all those other things. They decided to support the opposition leader, who was now based in a neighboring country. And at the end of the day, when he had a lot of support by building his own virtual republic, having all the arms of government, appointing all his cabinet, the neighboring country and the United Nations simply gave Yaya Jammeh an ultimatum to leave the country. And when he left the country, they merely just brought that virtual republic that had been established and planted it on the territory. And this is how this revolution is going. This revolution is going because of the idea that we have, for coming up, with the virtual republic, which is gradually becoming, which La Republique is very, very angry, very angry that this virtual republic is almost coming to be a realistic republic, So you can see for yourself that when they decided to capture our leaders, or when they decided to team up with Nigeria or gang up with Nigeria and some people to hijack or abduct our leaders and disappear with them into wherever they have gone with them. We have not given up the struggle, and we have been simply re-energized because we have come up with our new vibrant leaders who are expected to lead us to Buea. Yeah, so for your information, and all those who are who have the cables or the cable lines of La Republique, just tell them that they have failed, and they have failed woefully, because each time they abduct the leaders of Ambazonia, the new set of leaders that come up are much more stronger and much more pushful than even the ones that you have just kidnapped or captured. Yeah, when you took Mancho BBC, you thought that was the end of the coffin revolution. 2 years, close to 2 years today, we are still in the revolution, and the revolution gets stronger and stronger. So, ladies and gentlemen, I came here today for that. Yeah, Yaya Jammeh was the president of Gambia. Yeah, Gambia. He escaped. He escaped from the country. He escaped and gave power to someone whom he had chased and was living in another country. He just formed his government, created everything so right, and when Yaya Jammeh had no popularity anymore, and because of his human rights records and whatsoever, they had to chase him away, and even the United Nations supported that he should vacate the country. He left the country like a thief, and the person who had formed a virtual republic, like what they're telling us that we have just created, simply moved in and implanted all his cabinet into the country, and now that's the government of Gambia. So please, those doubting Thomases who think that when we talk of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and when we form governments abroad and try to move closer to realizing our dream, those who think that we are daydreamers, they are simply sitting on the bad side of history. So today is a very great day because we have had a replacement. We have had a replacement of our, not only a replacement, but an acting interim president has been chosen, and an acting vice. The acting interim president is Dr. Samuel Sako, whom you people know as Dr. Common Sense, and his vice is going to be Mr. Milton Tucker. So these are the two people who are going to continue the journey to Buea, while we are waiting to see that our president and the entourage that were abducted can return and join the revolution. So that is the news I bring to you this evening, and I believe that tomorrow Secretary Chris Ano will be coming live, and I will also come immediately after Secretary Chris to examine on some of the issues which I highlighted in my previous video, which was about this issue of non-compliance by La Republique with our ultimatum of showing us where our leaders are. If you say you have our leaders, show us our leaders. We issued an ultimatum, which was 5 days, and tomorrow is Monday, which is the 5th. Yeah, we expect to have a response, failure for which we have to come up with stern measures that La Republique will know that we mean business. So as Secretary Chris Ano will come tomorrow live to outline to you people the position of the interim government insofar as non-compliance of the ultimatum by La Republique de Cameroon is, where we stand in terms of decision making to issue some sort of guidelines for this revolution that will make La Republique understand that we either live free or we die. We either live free or we die. So La Republique should know that, because we mean business. We mean business. The 5 days ultimatum, we requested them to show us where our leaders are. Show us, if you say you are keeping them, show us where they are, give them access to their attorney rights, allow family members to be able to communicate with them. You have claimed, you Issa Chiruma Bakari have claimed that you are keeping our leaders, but you haven't shown us any pictures. What airport they flew into, how they flew in, what detention facility is keeping them, what television station has covered them, who has visited them. You keep on conniving because it seems as if this is an international gangsterism. The whole world has ganged up against the people of Ambazonia, because if United Nations is telling us that they saw our leaders even in Nigeria or right now, or they are in touch with our leaders, they should be able to show us photographs of where they met the leaders and how they met them. If the United Nations is not giving us pictures as well, and not giving us images of our leaders, therefore the United Nations seem to be covering up the mess that has been committed by La Republique and Nigeria. So we will not stay and we will not keep on doing a fact-finding, because keep on repeating the same questions over and over of show us our leaders, where are our leaders, who are nowhere to be found, means that they want to stifle our struggle on the same spot. Keep the struggle on the same spot with those questions. And by so doing, they are using the leaders now, the abducted leaders now, as a power tussle for the revolution and to kill the revolution. We know this more than them. The technique they are playing, we have unraveled it as Ngambe people of the revolution that we are. And mark you, Dr. Sako is also a Ngambe man of the revolution, because he knows much more. He has been telling you people common sense is not common. He has been digging into all the difficult aspects of this revolution. Sometimes I communicate with him to try to know, and we put our heads together, because he's also a psychologist. He's a psychologist, Christian counselor, and a behavioral counselor as well. So he knows about some of these things. He can see some of these things so clearly. So you guys have a very nice choice, because he is going to, he understands that the card that La Republique is playing. I mean, in some of his lectures on Facebook, you have heard about how he explains and he describes a revolution to most of you. He tells you people the components of a revolution. He tells you people, he unravels the cards. He unravels the cards of the other party before it happens. He knows what exactly is going through the minds and the hearts of the people of La Republique, the minds and the hearts of the people of France, the minds and the hearts of the people of Nigeria, and what kind of game they must have been playing with all these our leaders, using the leaders as a bait, using the leaders as an instrument to stifle our revolution, our God-ordained revolution. We shall not allow that to happen. We shall not allow that to happen. We, the people of Ambazonia, we have decided, and that is why today we have unraveled, or we have unveiled our new leaders to you people. We have the acting interim president, Dr. Samuel Sako, alias Dr. Common Sense, and the acting vice president, Milton Tucker. So that is the information that I came up this evening to re-echo. I came up to re-echo. Somebody's asking about surrogates can never stop some independent minds in the struggle. That, yeah, true. I know that surrogates are followers of a particular, but the issue is that you guys should understand that we have passed the level of organizations. We are no more at the organizational level of this revolution, whereby we had many organizations struggling to unite or struggling to forge ahead to see how they can accomplish the task of nation building or achieve making Boya become real. We are in the process of nation building. We already have a government. We already have a nation. We are not yet in that nation. We are struggling to get to that nation, but we already have a government that will be planted in that nation. And we have various arms of government, various arms of government. We have various offices. We have various already diplomatic services, like we have ambassadors and other of the various areas. What we are thinking now is just to some sort of look at the areas where our government is lacking, to try to build. And for that, every Ambazonian that has good ideas can come in and help in the building of the nation. not for distractions of let's dissolve the interim government. Let's dissolve. So when you build a house and you discover that there are holes or some sort of leaks, do you just throw the house down and then start building again, or you look for how you can fix this or fix that or fix that so that the house can be perfect? That is exactly what we have to do. So anybody who is telling you people about how they are going to dissolve and start from scratch, forget about those people. Those people are working with La Republique. And those kind of people who bring this kind of ideas are responsible or must have been the brains behind the abduction of our leaders. So please, without mincing words, you need to watch out some of the language that is on social media. Oh, we don't want to spend all our time, concentrating on accusing or listening to this has accused this person of this, or this did that with this person and the other one did that to the other person, or else we have played, or else we must have played into we will be playing into the playbook of La Republique. Because the playbook of La Republique has been to stifle, to stick us on one spot. Either we are complaining about our leaders who are missing, or we are pointing fingers about John Bakoro did this, Milan did that, or this did that. That is how we are stifled. The revolution ends there. We are bigger than that. We have to jump past those levels. We have skipped, When we look at all those things, we know that these are the distractions. These are the distractions. We have to skip them. So we have decided to skip it today. We have skipped those distractions today by bringing leaders who will make decisions. And you should understand that in the absence of Sisiku, our president, there were some major decisions that could not be signed by a particular individual. That for those decisions to be signed about this revolution, they have to consult from ground zero, or consult from people who are in detention, whom we cannot see, and some decisions need to be signed by the president. Some decisions need to be taken by the president. So once they took away our leaders, once they took away our president, there was commotion, there was pandemonium and confusion. We were stifled on many fronts, stuck on major decision making, because we can decide and talk, and they need to be the signature of the president to move that motion forward, and the motion is not able to go forward because the president is not to be found. So from today, we have decided to bring that person who can sign all those papers, who can make nominations, who can clean the house, who can look at all these grievances of the people of Ambazonia and know that the people of Ambazonia do not need the services of certain people at this time who are guilty of certain allegations. They have to stand aside. They have to step back and allow people with level-headed people, or allow level-headed people, or people with good reasoning and clear minds to finish this journey to Buea. Yes. So that is what I want to tell you people tonight, that we are going to work with all the powers that be. The IG is going to collaborate with all the powers that be to make sure that Buea becomes real. Buea shall not become real with a lot of organizations trying to create organizations. Buea shall become real when organizations jump on board the train of nation building and continue where the train had already arrived, had already stopped because of the abduction of the leaders. That's where we are going. And the interim president assume the responsibilities and have the full powers of the president. Any decision that the interim president shall take is binding once the president returns. The interim president has a duty to restructure the interim government to suit his comfortability and the comfortability and welfare and security of the other members on board. So this is what we have to know. And the interim president has a right to work with, in collaboration with every Ambazonian that he sees that is having a goodwill or is focused on our goal, our priority, which is taking us to Buea. Yeah, but anybody who has been found, who have been accused of any kind of links of whatsoever, has to give, that person needs to take a break even before the interim government tells the person to take a break. That individual has to take a break. I believe that that's the position that the interim government is going to take, because I know that the person who is coming to office is a no-nonsense person. If something is not logical, it doesn't tie. He's a man of God, and he knows how to, not only being a psychologist or a counselor at the doctorate level, he's a spiritually strong somebody who has that ability who is visionary. I mean, has that that ability to see things before they occur and to make good and sound judgment. So I believe that he will not be that kind of a person that will be able to work with in a dirty environment. Because this is the time that some people who have had allegations and accusations have to step behind. Yeah, have to step behind. So that's my opinion, though. That's my opinion, and I think you guys will be getting you'll be getting our new president address, and the new presidential address coming up before the end of the week. Yeah, the presidential address will be coming up before the end of the week. But there's one good news that I've brought to you today, is that we have had an acting interim president, and we have had an acting vice president today, announced to you people by Secretary for Communication Chris Anu. And then the good news also is that our acting president resides in the United States of America, which is a protected state, which is a no-nonsense state when it comes to all those abductions and stuff that can happen here. Not that type of shithole places like Nigeria where they can come in and just take you overnight and disappear into the dungeon. That doesn't happen here. And let me tell you, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia will be officially registered in the United States, because this is a country that accepts diversity, and it recognizes people, it recognizes the right of people to come together under an umbrella and put their ideas on the table. It's a land of democracy, because if we put our ideas together in a logical manner and table it to the government of the United States, then the government of the United States will fully support us, because here they will believe on the force of argument. They'll believe on how truthful we are, not the kind of games that La République is playing with France. And there we will be having a great power behind us to achieve our independence, rather than the kind of politics that's being played by La République hand in hand with France. United States of America is not happy with the presence of France in Africa, in former French colonies, continuous presence of France in former French colonies. Because when Winston Churchill was about to take the British away from Africa, he made it clear that any European power, imperialistic power that continues to stay in African colonies or in conquered people's territory is doing so at his or her own risk. At his or her own risk, because they were not supposed to continue. When colonialism came to an end, they were supposed to pull all their troops and leave the people. Article 76B of the United Nations Charter says the people have a right to be guided towards self-independence. Yeah, guided towards self-independence does not mean continuous colonization. And that's where there's that argument that the continuous presence of France in most of these colonies, whereby they still oblige them to use their franc CFA. They still oblige them to use their franc CFA instead of you trying to develop them to have their own local currencies. They take black African guys trained in France and bring them and put there, who will be answerable to the government of France rather than being answerable to the people. That's why they can shoot and kill you. They don't have any remorse, because France will send Apache helicopters and will send white people to come and defend them. And when they make all the monies from selling all the cash crops of their country, they will then pay a tax to France, a tax for colonization. Yeah. All French colonies do pay colonial taxes to France, for which of which instead the imperialistic powers would have been paying us a reparation for the damages they have caused to us. Reparation. So if you listen to this lecture, it's just like I'm just digressing and trying to judge from my historical knowledge and seeing my own, analyzing from my own perspective what I think is going on. But I know that for sure, we, the people of Ambazonia, have come up with a government, and the seat of the government is in the United States of America, and it will be registered legally. It will be registered legally, rest assured. We will be recognized as a people in the land of democracy, and La République will have a very, very horrible challenge from now, because they cannot come to United States of America to take any one person here. This is the no-nonsense place for La République, because the United States of America does not support what France is doing, does not support what those shithole presidents are doing in Africa. So we have to clean. We have to help them to clean the mess down there. So that's the message I brought for you guys today. Without much ado, I'll end my session for today. I think some people have been telling me that sometimes there are some questions that do arise. I don't know. Yeah, but let me just say that, yeah, people have to do everything possible to contribute. Try to contribute as much as possible. You go to www.ambagov.org. That's where we contribute. Let me type it here. www.ambagov.org. www.ambagov.org. Please send in your contributions there. Send in your contributions there. Yeah, I understand that other people are taking some contributions, other organizations and other kind of self-defense and kind of contributions. Yeah, some people are even raising money from their platforms to support the revolution or support some action on the spot. I don't think that is the problem that we bother about. The IG does not bother about that. Every single Ambazonian has right to put money where he thinks the money will be well used, and accountability will definitely come. If you are donating elsewhere, or you are donating anywhere, you know you are taking a risk by donating. You are offering that money so that it should reach the destination where it has to reach, and to be used for the purpose that it has to be used. So, but if you choose to put it elsewhere, then you should ask the accountability from where you have put the money. So we don't have any problem with people who are contributing to self-defense groups directly or whatsoever, but we know that with the interim government, things are done in a well-coordinated manner, and the interim government may not come here to tell you all what they are doing, because empty vessels blow will make the loudest noise. Yeah, in the interim government, there's division of labor, division of powers, and the separation of powers, and what the diplomatic front is doing, what the health and social services is doing with the refugees, what the DOD is doing, they're doing. But they don't bring cheap propaganda on Facebook, on social media to go about looking for people's $1 or $2. No. And when people want to fund the IG, they fund the IG with thousands of dollars, because they know and they have confidence in the IG. They know that accountability can be given at all times, and they know that the IG does things in a coordinated manner. They are not just a group of gangsters or deceivers that have come and merged together and be deceiving people. Like, I can see people hungry for GoFundMes left and right. No, that doesn't happen with the IG, not at all. So please, ladies and gentlemen, support the IG. keep making your contributions, because the contributions you do make with the IG, especially when you donate through www.ambagov.org, there is automatically an ID number that is generated, and that is the ID number for your ID card. Excuse me. That becomes your number for your ID card, and definitely the number for your passport. So we know we know Ambazonia citizens worldwide when we take a look at the contribution, even if it is $1, if it's $2, if it's $5, if it's $10, it's $20. Make sure you go through that link so that you generate an ID, and that ID is going to give you an ID number. That ID number will be used for your passport and for your ID card when we finally regain Buea. So you people should know that. So that's why I encourage each and everyone to always donate something through www.ambagov.org. Yeah, nobody stops you from sympathizing with other groups who are trying to do a coordinated effort of one kind or another to put also some money there. You can donate in as many groups as possible. I think I've donated to over 5 or 6 groups. Yeah, some within the IG, some out of the IG, because I believe that there's division of labor. It's not enmity, but it's division of labor. When there's division of labor and when there's a unity of purpose, I believe that we shall arrive Buea faster. And that's why I think in the days ahead, our active interim leader will have as one of the prime tasks to look into all the people of Ambazonia, look into all the groups, and look into how we can handle this revolution together. Yeah, how we can handle the revolution together, how we can get to Buea faster should be our mission. How we can get to Buea faster should be our mission. It's not scattering a building because it has a hole or a leak on the roof to rebuild a new house, as others are saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've come to the end of my discourse today. Tomorrow, Secretary Chris will be coming on. He will be coming on to outline our plan of action, the plan of action for the people of Ambazonia as a result of non-compliance of the ultimatum. For La Republic not meeting the deadline of our ultimatum by showing us a pictorial or video images of our leaders, or granting our leaders access to their families or legal rights or lawyers, we have to take, the people of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia has to prove to La Republic of Cameroon that they have taken firm measures. They want to meet this action with a very hard resistance, and the guidelines for this resistance, or the guidelines of action, will be laid down by Secretary Chris Anu tomorrow. Yeah, when Secretary Chris Anu shall come and give his speech and lay down the plan of action, I will take from there. I may come back after Secretary Chris speaks. So without much ado, it's been your psychoanalyst and spokesperson for the revolution, and your Ngambe man for the revolution, Dr. Nick Santos, Psych. You must have seen that there are some changes today. We have our Ambazonia flag. That's to tell you people that the seat of the presidency is in the United States of America, and now we are already building our studio where we'll be reaching you live, maybe weekly, to tell you what is going on here, because the seat of the president is here, the acting president, of course, acting interim president. So we shall be broadcasting weekly to tell you people what is going on around here. But I believe that you guys will hear from us more and more often than before, because of the fact that Dr. Samuel Sako is our acting interim president for now, and we have to put our heads together to try to see how we can give La Republique a dead blow. We'll deal with them this time around, and they should feel the pain. The pain that we should inflict on them should be more harder than the ones that they were receiving from His Excellency Sisiku and the people they have abducted, because those were the people who were preaching peace. So the new group of people who are coming up, the Republic will know no peace. That's all I want to tell you guys. And I assure you that they will know no peace. So without much ado, I will end here today. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow after Secretary Chris Anu shall speak. So he's been your spokesperson for the East Coast of the United States of America, and your Ngambe man of the revolution, Dr. Nicholas Santos. I see you tomorrow. We shall end without the anthem. We will have the anthem tomorrow. Have a blessed one. Good night. Bye.